The question that we've been asked is, let's say I got a disbursement, how do I handle it in ULA? Let's say my client is saying like, hey, this is a large disbursement, I'm paying you and giving you a check. How do I handle? Let's assume that this is like a land transfer tax. The disbursement is about $3,000, and how do you handle it? So I'm going to create a small matter for that. Let's say I'm going to create a client, Harry. Okay, and let's go and create a matter for him. Let's say it's some real estate matter. I'm going to mark this one as a real estate. Hit the save button. So let's just walk through the process, how the money gets into the firm, how does it leave the firm, and that's how you would record it. So the first thing that you would do is follow the money. So in this case, because it's a disbursement that you haven't paid yet, you generally deposit it into the trust account. So we would say go to the trust account, deposit it, put it as a retainer, and say the guy paid me $3,725, check number that he gave, or maybe he did an electronic transfer. Deposit that into trust account. You can give him a receipt too, but just put it into your trust account. So at this point, the client paid you the money, you've deposited it into your trust account. Now when it's time for you to pay, you have two choices. You can pay straight from trust. You can say, hey, withdraw from trust, pay disbursement from trust. You can say, hey, I am now writing a check for $325, right, from my trust account. This is my check number, and you can say land transfer tax and paid to City of Brampton. If you do that, the money came into trust account and left your trust account. That's one way to do the disbursement. See, clearly the money came into trust account and left the trust account. Now let's look at it from another way. So let's say he gave you the same amount, $3,725, another land transfer tax. You now put it into the trust account, but you're not paying it from your trust account. You're actually paying it from your general account. Okay, basically it could be for different reasons. Maybe you want to use your credit card, or you want to use you have checks only available in your general account, some other way. The point is, follow the money. So the money came into trust account, but you're not paying it from trust, you're actually paying it from general. So in that case, go to general, it's a withdrawal, and you can say paid from general. Again, this is the second land transfer tax, 3725. Obviously there's no tax, so get rid of it. And at the bottom, tell us how you paid for it, right? 3725. Get rid of the tax again, right? Now the top is what you're charging the client, bottom is how you're paying for it. So you can say, hey, I'm not paying from my credit card, I'm actually paying from my general account, and I'm doing a wire transfer, something, whatever it is. However, follow the money, right? And then hit the save button. So at this time, what have you told us? You told us that the money arrived in trust account, and the money, right, it arrived in trust account. So in trust account you have a balance, and the money left, right, from general. But when you put it in general, what happens is you haven't raised an invoice yet to transfer and pay yourself. So I'm going to do that next. So let me now raise myself an invoice. Okay, I'll just say I'll mark it as paid because I have money in trust account. I'll just skip the preview for now. Raise an invoice, and I'll download that. Now once I've raised an invoice and I've downloaded the invoice, let's watch the invoice. The invoice tells me that there's a land transfer tax of that much, right? I received, obviously the first one I received, I just paid from trust. That was the first example. The second one I received for the disbursement. I did not pay from trust, I paid from general. The money is actually sitting in general and I can pay myself. The client does not owe me anything. This invoice can be sent to the client. Now you go back to the software and click on the question mark. Question mark will tell you that there's money sitting in the trust account, you can move it to your general, click on your transfer button, right? Click and say, hey, I'm transferring the money from my trust account to my general account, and I'm paying myself using an electronic fund transfer. This is my EFT number, transfer. Obviously, if it's Ontario, you will download Form 9A and finish off the whole transaction. Let's now follow the money. Okay, so if you go back to the matter, look at the trust account, it will tell you that, hey, the first time he paid you land transfer, you wrote the check straight out of trust account. The second time he paid you, you did a trust transfer to yourself, but before that, you actually put it in general as a withdrawal, right? Then you raised an invoice and then you paid yourself. So basically follow the money as it flows in your organization and outside your organization, and that's exactly what you put in EULA.